Hello, we're Geeks Assembled, and today we are discussing a 1955 science fiction movie, which, I should say that it's classed as a classic, or is it classed as a B movie? It's debatable. So we are talking, as you can see behind Susan there, this island Earth, with one of the mutants, as they pronounced it in the movie, mutant, which has become an iconic design from the B movie there. But we'll go on to that in a bit. So opening thoughts, Susan. This Island Earth. What's your opening thoughts on this?
Well, it did become an iconic design. Lee, it's the proboscis and the head were revisited in Brain of Morbius for Doctor Who.
Yes.
And also, later on, it was actually the whole form of the Martian aliens in Mars Attacks.
Yeah.
And so, definitely iconic. And then what's interesting is the people who were, the pilot and the other scientist and the scientific community that they were bringing around. It was very much Mark of the Ronnie. Like, this inspired a lot of stuff. Oh my gosh, aliens abducting a whole bunch of scientists to make something really amazing happen. Yeah, it was. And then the plane turning green. And
Sorry, could you say that again?
Just a moment. The plane turning green, and then the creature, the creatures that had invaded Earth that were set up, that had their shop set up, were using space to Earth laser beams, which were rather accurate, actually. I mean, amazingly accurate for. And then there's the Interocitor, which is one of the most made fun of piece of science fiction tech ever. How do you get it? How do you turn your Interocitor 1/8 of a turn right, 1/8 of a turn left, and then push the button? And so yeah, it was deeply amusing to watch this again. I've seen it riffed. I've seen it a million times on late night TV. Oh yeah, and then there's I guess that's part of my favorite moments. So I'll just shoot it back over to you, back over to Lee. Sorry, I just got all carried away there all of a sudden.
Yeah, once Susan starts, you can't stop her. Craig, over to you.
This, I think, is one of the better B movies, actually. Even the poster states 2 years in the making. What a little classic gem. I mean, I'd never seen this before. I mean, I did a classic Craig of getting my Amazon Fire Stick ready and then shouting out to the TV because it's voice activated. It came from planet Earth, or it came from outer space or something. And then I was in this zone of watching this 1953 black and white god awful damn movie, and I was thinking, Lee, what have I done? How did I choose this? And then it wasn't until I scrolled back and realised the film posters look a bit similar. I was actually watching a movie, but this, I loved it. I really loved it. Just even, yeah, that's my opening thoughts. Back to you, Lee.
Yeah, well, yeah, as Craig said, it was it 2 to 2.5 years in the making, in Technicolor. I mean, the color was brilliant in this. You got to admit, the way they used the colors. I did think, I did think it dragged a little bit at the beginning. When they were given these, well, it was sort of an experiment, wasn't it, from them to see if these human scientists could build the machine, the communication machine, to it was like a test.
The Interrositor.
That's the word, yes, yeah. But it was a test for that. So he was choosing them, he wanted them. He wanted the guy. Yeah, it was a bit strange as well. They all went to the house and they all sat there like you're thinking, what is wrong with these people? They just sat there being all shady and round the
It
dinner
was,
table.
it's a bit like oh god, what's that Doctor Who with the Fifth Doctor? And they're on a spaceship, and there's people from all over the world just hanging about. Like, is it not Terminal?
Torch of Doomsday.
It's one of those. Yeah, that's it. That's it. It's a bit like that, really.
Yes, they were just sat there and you're
Highlights.
thinking,
And
yeah, I was thinking, what is the matter with these people? And then you realise that they're all there against their will, really. But it sort of picked up when they went into outer space for me. That's when the action started. I know Craig messaged me and said, "What is the matter with that guy's voice?" When you were
close your eyes. It's Leslie
yeah,
Nielsen.
he said that the lead actor, I can't remember the actor's name, but he said it's Leslie Nielsen's voice. I said, no, it's not. But,
You talked like that. It's very strange, but
yeah,
it was a bit.
but it was good to see the design they used on the alien planet, and the way they had the car on the rail and all like that, and how they thought the future would be like. It was just brilliantly done. I did giggle. I did giggle away because it is a cult B movie, but I always, every time I see the characters with the high foreheads, it just makes me giggle sometimes. But if you was on Earth in real life and there was these
It's
people,
worth it.
great big high foreheads and all white hair, you think there's something going on here, wouldn't you?
You know who you should look at is one of my favorite evangelists of all time. It's Benny Hinn. He looks just like what's the alien's name? Exeter.
There. Yeah.
I mean, spitting image. It's just amazing.
It could be an alien. But yeah, it's an enjoyable movie. But it did drag for me at the beginning, but and I did think that the mutants weren't used to their full potential. We saw 2, didn't we? And that was it. I think they could have been used a bit more.
They were very tough.
Pardon?
Even if they had an energy gun in their arms or hands or something,
Yeah.
but they just seem to stab a lot and grab.
Yeah, I think they could have been in the movie a bit more and a bit more used more. But apart from that, enjoyable movie. If you're into these B movies, I do like to sit down and watch some of these. It just puts a smile on my face when you sit down watching a good B movie. Susan, so what's your favourite moments or stuff like that? Over to you.
Well, one of my favorite moments is when they're in outer space and there's that blue, either meteorite or even whole, like blue dwarf sun.
Mhm.
They take the spaceship and they kind of roll it and they shoot on by, that whole discussion about like how they get gravity and all that stuff. I mean, those are great little science things. It's fun. There's a lot of great little science things in this. It's like you can get your life all sorted out. Just get your STEM education and get busy, and then the aliens will pick you. They'll pick you to make their interocitor and take you to their planet. And that was what, I guess that was one of my dreams as a child. So anyway, I really like this movie, and I really like that scene, and I really like the scene in the tubes where they are where they're being attacked by the mutant. That was amazing. It was really great, and pissed me off though that they made the character, Doctor, what's her name, Dr. Adams, fucking just start screaming like she was Mel Bush or something. Pissed me off. Anyway, so I was just like, no. She's a doctor. She's a scientist. She'd be like more like, what's up with that? Anyway, so yeah, it starred people that you'd never heard of before or after. There was Jeff Morrow as Exeter, Faith Domergue as Dr. Adams, Rex Reeson as Dr. Meacham, Lance Fuller as Brack, Russell Johnson as Dr. Carlson, and then Carl Ludwig Lindt as Dr. Adolf Edelberg, and
Is he the one who got to blow up by going, hello?
yes. And Dr. Huling Tang is played by Spencer Chan. And yeah, so and the Metaluna woman is played by Charlotte Lander. Anyway, bunch of people that you really never hear of before or after, but it's fun. It's a super fun movie. I've watched it so many times, and I would just suggest that everybody watch it so many times. And you can sort of lightly, skip merrily through the first 30 minutes of it.
Yeah, because that for me, that's when it didn't really go anywhere. It was just plodding on.
32 minutes, and then you can run it at regular pace.
Yeah,
but it's just fun anyway. So a little light entertainment, as you will. Back over to you.
right. Okay, we'll go to Craig then. Over to Craig.
I like so much of this. I mean, when I was watching it, it was like a 1950s aviation film, and then suddenly, out of nowhere, I think I was just having a cup of tea, or I was in my own world as usual. I blinked, and then he was in a plane, but it was a spaceship, and I was like, and then I thought, oh, Flight of the Navigator. But for me, even when it looked like a frisbee that had been set on fire, it looked pretty good, all right. Did you hear that? When the spaceship was going into the planet, and it looked like a laid ham of cheese, but it was black. That was beautiful. Even the close up of the planet, which back then I didn't even know that they had that knowledge of a planet. And it just looked pretty good. And even the asteroids, they were good. Nothing looked like really badly cheap for the time. I was expecting something to at least wobble, but it didn't. Sorry, my mum's gone to the toilet and asked me if I wanted to do a wee. But You gotta go. You gotta go.
Yeah.
Sorry. The Mars attack alien, really cool. But I wish they'd like what Lee said, where they'd utilize them more, even with like a stun gun in their arm or something. Instead of they're a bit stabby,
Yeah.
which is a bit, you know. And I couldn't work out if they were saying help me" in their own alien language. For all I know, they're asking for help because they just seem to walk towards people a lot. Because they were saying, "Look, I've walked in on this place and I don't know what I'm doing here," and they've, you know, you just don't never know that a remake. It needs a remake, definitely. And then when they became blue, I thought that was so cool, like the transformation, and it reminded me of the blue guy out of Time Latch almost. And they're a bit like, they almost remind me of Sensorites, the two hairdresser guys, whatever they're called, Nicky Clark, with the big head, you know. So, you know, but yeah, just really, really well done, you know. Really, really well done, and a nice story as well. It was just easy to follow.
Yeah.
You know, even the cat made an appearance, and obviously I've got a thing about cats in films, and I'm normally watching Friday the 13th when Jason throws a cat through the window or something, but this cat just wanted to get nearly shot by lead, you know, in a big circular piece of lead. But he enjoyed having his milk, so that was fine. I just hope no harm came to him, please. So, but yeah, they had some trouble with the hair wax because it was a freshly shaven lamb that they used for the wig, and they used hot wax to stick the hair on their head, so they had to end up shaving their hairs off.
Oh,
So, but over to you, Lee.
do you know what? Craig's full of it, you know. He's full of information. Yeah,
Fountain of knowledge.
he is a fountain of knowledge. He's overflowing. We overflow with knowledge. Yeah, I agree with what both of you say. It's just an enjoyable movie, colourful. And as Craig said, there is no bad, for the time, it's 1955, there's no bad effect or model shot, really. The way it's all done is just amazing. And as I say, the design of the mutant, the design of the alien Exeter's facial head, you know, just amazing. And as it's been said, the story was quite a standard, simple story. There was nothing what could confuse you. You know, the aliens wanted their help. They were getting the best intellectual people together to help them, but as it turned out, they were too late when they got to their own planet. And I agree with what Susan said. The use of the ships maneuvering the comets or the asteroids as weapons. You know, they had the ships carrying and leaving it and firing at the asteroid. It was brilliantly done. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It's a good movie for its time, and it's to say it passes an hour and 20 minutes, so it's not too long. But as I say, for me, just sort of a little drag. As Susan says, if you can get through the first 30 minutes, follow the story because it's sort of building up to what's going on. But you know, yeah, I enjoyed it. So, any thing else? What anybody like to say before we go to final scene score? No. Okay then, Craig. Over to you. Final scene score.
I love the atomiums. There was two. There was one on the spaceship. Well, there was a yellow one, and then it turned blue almost, multicolored. I thought that was beautifully, beautifully designed. Even the chair thing that they were sitting on with the beautiful cut squares of glass. I love glass like that. I just think the design aspect was just beautiful for this film.
Moved
So,
around.
are we scoring, Lee?
Yeah, you can do. Not drugs, of course. We're just going to give them points out of 10. We're not
okay, for a
scoring.
beam. For what?
Go on.
all right, for a B, I'm going to class this as my on my list of B movies, so I'll give it a 9
Eh, cool. Good
because
score.
they are pretty fucking goddamn awful. So this is up there.
I agree. There some B movies are just dire, but here,
Hope there's more to come, Lee.
oh well, you never know. You never know. We'll see. Susan, over to you.
Well, because I love this, I love it riffed, I love it straight, I love it. I love its colors, like you said. And the cat was great. The cat was named Orangey, and the cat's character name was Neutron, which is fun because the cat was super positive, and that's really fun. It's a science joke. It's so cute. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty awesome. And the story is fun. It's sad. I feel really bad for the Metalunians because of their fight with the other species and how it's completely decimated their planet. And I think it's sort of a cautionary tale in so many ways because, you know, what could we do to this one? And that's why it's called This Island Earth, because, you know, we are just a little island in a sea of other planets and other life forms. So and that's a super positive, super forward thinking thing. The whole thing is so good. Anyway, it's a 10. It's 10 space transit tubes out of 10.
Thank you, Susan. Yeah, for as Craig said, for a B movie, it's pretty damn good. It's a fun watch. So for me, I'm going to give it 8.5 slapheads out of 10. So thank you guys, Susan and Craig, for discussing This Island Earth with me. You guys out there, if you enjoyed the movie, let us know what you thought of the movie. Please leave a comment. We're on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook. If you would like to join our group, contact us. We'll try and get you on. And please, if you subscribe to us on YouTube and you want to be notified when we put videos up, it's usually 2 or 3 a week. It depends our output. Press the notification bell and you'll get a ding every time we put something up. And give us a like, or give us a dislike. You know, thumbs up, thumbs down. We'll look into why you don't like things, and we'll try and change things. We'll change it up. We'll shake it up. Because that's what we are. We live on the edge. That's what we do. We're just there, poised to jump in any direction we want to go. So until next time, guys, please be safe out there and be careful of those mutants. Bye for now.